Dolphin is a wearable wristband that measures fat burn rate by measuring the level of ketones in your body.
For 4 months, this Ivey MBA team has been developing their idea for a revolutionary new approach to weight loss.
We are using it as a monitoring tool for fat burn.
Today, Team Dolphin are presenting their business plan in front of entrepreneurs in residence, or EIRs, who are seasoned entrepreneurs and industry experts affiliated with Ivey.
And when you flesh it out, you pivot, you change, that's what happens in the real world, and you present it in front of a panel of experienced entrepreneurs.
We are targeting the 25% of individuals in the United States that are seriously looking to lose weight.
They need a more accurate way of measuring fat loss.
We expect that by year 3, we'll be cash flow positive.
The EIRs use a tough love approach and ask challenging questions.
How do you know you're not venturing into an area that's not already protected from patents?
How will you get that message out to the average consumer who's trying to lose weight, who are pitched by a lot of other people on weight loss related products?
These MBAs have come prepared to defend Dolphin. The team has a unique composition, with each member bringing different expertise and various industry experience to the table, from engineering to finance.
Once we get to that point of like, this is how we're going to do it within the 75,000, then we can go check to see if somebody else is doing it.
So your 180 million is over 6 years?
Probably even longer than that. It's a long-term target, what we think is a potential market that we can capture, but once you look at our projections for the next 4 to 5 years, we're nowhere close to that. We're not expecting to capture $180 million of revenue in 5 or 6 years.
So each team is assigned an EIR, and their job is to essentially coach and lead the team on a strategic basis. They're almost sort of an extra member of the team almost.
I think that's a good way to put it. A devil's advocate, and also just somebody to bounce their ideas off of.
Keeping fit side, this is where you have people who are going to the gym memberships, using Garmin, Fitbit, Nike Fuel Band. And the area we're trying to play at is the ones that are seriously trying to lose weight.
But their assigned EIR is not convinced. He has experience launching medical devices globally, and he's asking the tough questions.
So this is not a medical device anymore?
It is not a medical device.
Okay, so you're in a gimmick category. You're absolutely a gimmick at this point. If you're not making medical claims, or are you making medical claims? Because if you are, then it's a medical device.
The more people like your idea, the more potential investors like your idea, the harsher their feedback, the harder their questions are going to be.
We can get a very accurate, non-invasive measurement of ketone levels, and we know that there's a direct relationship with glucose, then we can basically help diabetics measure their glucose levels and insulin levels.
The diabetes connection resonates with the EIRs. They suggest to the team they reposition their product.
I think you might be onto something, but not what you set out to do.
Yeah, like a medical alert bracelet for those with diabetes. That's a huge, huge market.
Anytime you can meet a need versus a want, it's more powerful.
It's something that you have to learn to do, is to be able to think on your feet and be able to pivot your discussion and think really back into those different cases that you had thought of before the discussion and really apply those to answer the questions that come up.
When you get people who have that much experience in the industry and they have an outsider's view, you get a completely different picture.
The ideas there have failures, have challenges, have breakdowns in your group. Do that all while you're in a comfortable setting like the Ivey Business School before you go out and do that in the real world.
Thank you. Well done. Well presented.
Thank you.
What I took away was the challenge of trying to defend your idea against people who are experts in the industry or investors. Sometimes they'll throw curveballs at you, and you really have to figure out whether you want to defend your idea or whether you want to side with their idea.
I quite enjoyed it despite it being tough, because I think that's part of learning. If it wasn't tough, then we really didn't learn anything.
We had a fantastic panel of judges. They bring in a lot of industry experience, and the feedback was actually great after the presentation. We got some ideas on how we can potentially change the market we're targeting.
Entrepreneurship at Ivey, I think, is a very critical piece of the puzzle that Ivey students need to go through. when you really think about where Ivey students make an impact on the overall Ivey brand, really a big part of it comes from the entrepreneurs.